Test. There I am. Okay. Let's quickly switch. Can you still hear me? Test, test, test. Do you hear me? Okay, perfect. Well then, let's start over. For the people that are joining us in this journey fresh, let me please introduce myself to you. My name is Hakan. I'm a chemist. I'm a chemical services manager here in the Netherlands. I'm married. I have a daughter, 6 months old. I've been doing chemistry for, I don't know, since 2008. I joined the university. I did my bachelor. I did my master's in organic chemistry. After working for many years in laboratories, at some point I decided enough is enough. I wanted to make a switch. I wanted to do something that I like, that I want to do, something that has to do with computers, but also something that will help me do stuff from home, where I don't need to drive around going to customers, because that's practically what I'm doing now. I go on customer visits a lot, and I'm missing out on a lot of stuff my daughter is going through when she's growing up. So I wanted to change that. So that's why I decided I wanted to learn how to code. Uh, but I need to still continue to work. So I decided I need to do it on the side as a side hustle. And I thought, why not stream it while I'm doing it? Like, record a noob turning from a zero into a hero. Okay. And now. There's probably a problem with the microphone, plus the fact that I'm sick. It doesn't help a lot. But so yeah, so I wanted to start streaming. I wanted to record stuff. I wanted people that also want to do that switch to maybe follow in my path, do the same stuff that I'm doing. This is episode 2 of my learning how to code line by line stream. Last week, what we did was we watched the first week 0 of the Harvard CS50 course, which is pretty much a basics in coding. It explains really like the basics of coding. What's binary? How is it used? Etc. Etc. We also started doing something in Scratch. We watched stuff getting done in Scratch. Afterwards, by the way, I applied to the CS50 course. I'm now enrolled in the CS50 course by Harvard. I also did my week 0 homework, which was to write a program. What I did was I wrote a program that it's about a cat coming into the forest, running away from a dog, and asking help to hide. Afterwards, a dog comes in and asks if you can help him find the cat, etc. It was a very basic, funny program, but it contained a variable. It contained an if and else kind of function, and I uploaded it, so that's out there now. The second course is going to be about C. And I looked at the course. It's 2.5 hours. It's pretty long. I'm trying to keep my streams at 2 hours. Besides that, today is not a very perfect day for me. Hey, Mehmet. I'm sick. My little daughter is sick. And so I want to keep this stream as short as possible. Nevertheless, I do want to stream. So I decided what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the new chatbot by OpenAI called ChatGPT. I've had the chance to work with ChatGPT a few times. Well, work with, I mean, test it out. I've done some texts, like marketing texts, etc. And I have to say, I'm really impressed with the bot. In fact, ChatGPT or the OpenAI themselves say that they want the chatbot to become the next Google. So they want it to replace Google in the future. They also want to sell this to companies, want to use this, for instance, for marketing, to make the chatbot write marketing text. And they want, as if I remember it correctly, they want 1 cent per 20,000 sentences, words, sorry, per 20,000 words. So if you think about it, you can write many marketing texts with just 1 cent. Sorry. So yeah, we're going to look at ChatGPT today. In fact, I was thinking of maybe let's make ChatGPT write some codes for us. Let's see how it handles codes and what the limitations are. Well, I know the limitations. I've tested a few things. It doesn't want you to take over the world, so it prevents you from doing that. If you ask him, how can I take over the world? Skynet is not true. It's not going to work this time. So let's switch to my screen. All right, so what you're seeing now is you're seeing the OpenAI screen for the ChatGPT bot. I got myself an account with them to test and work with it, and I've also opened a Visual Studio Code next to it to copy paste some codes right into the screen, and let's test what it does. If it is useful. Let's add a tag ChatGPT as well. Let's see, added that to the stream. So let's start. What I first want to do is let's keep it simple. Let's look at what ChatGPT can do. I've tested this out yesterday. So what I'm going to ask it to do is to write a sample text in a few languages. In let's just say 20 different languages, and also a sample code in, let's just say 5 different coding languages. Let's go. So ChatGPT is what ChatGPT does. It has many texts which it takes as a reference on how a sentence structure is built in that language, and it learns from these sentence structures and then knows how to form his own structures. What it generally does is it takes comparable sentences and tries to create comparable sentences to that. Sorry, my throat is gone. So that's how it can write in 20 different languages like this, because it just takes these sample texts and just copies it and makes his own sentence out of it. Maybe I shouldn't have asked for 20 different languages. It's writing and writing for hours now. I hope this Tamil will be gone quickly. So that's what ChatGPT does on the writing part. Coding, it can also do it. I have to say, it's a very logical. It manages to do stuff very logically. The way it forms the sentences, the way it codes, and it listens to you. It listens to your feedback. So if once this is done, I can edit the question I wrote and edit it according to my look. For instance, it just took the 20 different languages. It didn't take the different coding languages. Well, let's just say, okay, I want to edit this. I want to change this. Write a sample code in different coding languages. Yeah, let's keep it like this. So you can edit it. Now it's doing it in Java. It will probably do, Python. So one of the things that he really likes is Python. That's what I figured. It does many codes in Python. So once this is done, what you can do, write a sample code in HTML for a website that sells dental products. Add a link, add a page, add a web shop page. Let's do it like that. Let's see if it accepts this. And there it goes. So it's like really going to code a dental products online shop, and it's creating this out of all the samples he has. Maybe he's like really using a sample website that really does sell dental products. I don't know exactly what it does, but once it's done, you can really copy and paste this code into your coding program. Like for me, it's just visual, and then once you save it, and let's even do that in a minute. Let him just continue writing. Once it's ready and you save it as an HTML and you click it, it probably will have somewhat of a ready page. Maybe it will have a few things missing, like it's still typing right now, as you can see. So it's still not done. I didn't expect it to be done anyway, but once it's done, I don't know if it's going to add it's probably not going to add the CSS and the JavaScript parts, but it's going to add as much of the code that it requires for HTML to run this website. Oh, we're busy again. It's probably because a lot of people are using it at the same time now. I've been having trouble logging into the page as well, so this probably is the reason. Let's just cut it off here. And yeah, let's do it like this. Yeah, network error, see? I was expecting something to go wrong. It's not us, that's for sure. Write an HTML code for a web page selling, I don't know, selling car parts. So we have to do it over again. I'm sorry for this. Wasn't expecting this to happen. Like I said, it's probably using, again, one of the example web pages it knows and just creating a web page from himself. As you can see, it's also it's not only keeping it with one sort of part. It knows, hey, he's asking for a website that builds cars, that sells car parts. A car is not only made out of an engine; it's also a suspension, exhaust, etc. So it like uses everything. And as you can see, it says this code creates a simple web page with a heading, some text, and 3 lists of car parts. And I'm not expecting a lot from this code. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy it in here. Then we're going to file, save as, desktop. Let's call this car parts, save. Now, if everything is right, when I run this, it will open up the website, as you can see. So now we have a website. There's nothing clickable at this moment. But once you start adding sub pages, you can start linking these to those pages and start, building your website. So let's try a bit more. For instance, let's write an HTML code for a web page. For a web page. About a noob Twitch streamer learning how to code in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let's add the quotes because we don't want it to misunderstand us. In fact, let's take away the HTML part. Write a code for a web page about a noob Twitch streamer learning how to code in GS. Link to stream is HTTPS TeachMeJS. Add background gradient purple to blue. Add let's just say a hamburger menu containing 3 pages: home, about me, about the stream. And let's see what it does. It's probably going to keep it at HTML only because it just says, here's an example of an HTML code. Right. Maybe I should change that to write a web page. Or we can wait for it to finalize the HTML code, and let's see if it adds CSS and JavaScript. But I have a feeling that it's just going to write the HTML part. Or we could do maybe we could ask for everything step by step. Like, for instance, start off with write an HTML code about blah de blah, and then we could say write a code to add a hamburger menu to. Oh yeah, I want to show you that as well. It really is good in marketing text. But you can see it's I don't know, already 30 lines. So yeah, let's try this, but I think we're probably going to edit our code. So what we're going to do now is, in fact, let's close this. Let's open a new one. File, new text file, HTML. Let's bring this to the front. Let's add our code. Let's see what it does. So file, save as, TeachMeJS, ChatGPT. In fact, I want to call you ChatGPT. Save. Okay, so if everything is right now, we should have a website. Let's see what it does. Okay, so we have a gradient, which is not exactly how I wanted it to be. So what we're now going to do, we're now going to change the code a little bit. And let's just say add a background gradient purple to blue flowing from upper left corner to lower right corner. Write HTML, CSS, and JS code for a web page about a noob. Let's call it, just let's see if it understands. All right. I'm dumb. Write a code. Or let's say design a web page. Let's try it. Save and submit. come on. Write, design a web page for a noob streamer. No, for a Twitch streamer that is learning how to code from zero. Make the background a purple to blue gradient flowing from upper left corner to lower right corner. Add a hamburger menu and corresponding pages. Home, about me, and about the stream. Link the link the Twitch page, HTTPS. Let's see what it's going to do. Come on. You can do this. So we start off with HTML. Hopefully it will add the CSS and the JavaScript as well. It would be fun if life was this easy. And it seems like it's slowly going to become this easy. Like, technology is something that it changes, and every change is for the benefit of the human being. And this, I know a lot of people will be like, this is going to, there's many people that have trained their lives to become coders. I want to also learn how to code, and these people will not be happy with something like this, because you can pretty much ask what you want and get what you asked for. So it's the same if I would go to a web developer and ask him, hey, I need a web page, I'm a Twitch streamer, and this is my link. I'm a noob in coding, but I want to learn it, and that's what this stream is all about. Make it a purple gradient from the upper left to the lower right corner. I want something like that. So this is pretty much what you're asking these people to do. And you're not asking it. Well, you're not asking it to a person now. You're asking it to a computer program. And yeah, so this will make people angry, of course. So yeah, this is starting to look like what I want. This was what we first had. It doesn't have the marketing text right now, so unfortunately, we have a hamburger menu that's not working. We could ask the ChatGPT bot to, this web page design includes a profile. Okay. Let's just try that. How to add code to add a hamburger menu containing 3 pages: home, about me, about the stream. Home, about me, about the stream to web page. You can use the following code. So now it's using okay. It's still not really giving me what I want. but that's okay. We can learn. Okay, so toggled. This has a toggle as well. Okay, there you go. That's what we want. We wanted the JavaScript. Okay. So now I'm going to ask him the biggest question, because this is going to be the first time that I'm doing this. How to combine a JavaScript file with an HTML file. You can include the JavaScript using the script. The script element should be placed in the header body of the HTML. Okay. Yeah, this is not what I want to know. What I want to know is, do I add it as a file? Let's try that. Okay. Save as desktop. Let's call this the same thing. TeachMeJS, ChatGPT, but let's not call it HTML because that's not what it's going to be. Save. I don't know if this is going to work. Okay. Yeah, this is very nice of you, but let's try it. Nah, it's not working. Okay, but we're going to learn how it does work. So let's continue. Where should I place the JavaScript file to make to load it together with my HTML? I'm pretty sure the answers are on. Hello, this is not my question to you. Oh, maybe that's the problem though. Okay, let's darn you. That's probably my mistake. In the head or body of the HTML file. Okay, let's just try this. Okay, script. Where do you want me to put that? Right underneath here. Let's call this. Okay, hold on. Show more options, properties. There you are. Okay, let's save it. Let's try it again. It's not working. Darn you. Oh, hold on. Come back. Okay, so, oh, that's the reason why. Darn you again. TeachMeJS, ChatGPT, JS. I forgot that I gave it that name. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Save it again. And now let's try it. Close these because we don't need these. Nope. Again, it's not working. But there's a will. So let's keep on trying this. Or there may be where there's more community. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Code. HTML code to add a giant. Okay, so that's doop doop doop. Let's try adding this. Copy code. I think we need to be here. And I think we are not going to need that script, but whatever. Let's just try this. Save. Let's try it again. Okay, so it's starting to look at look like something, but it's toggled, which I don't want it to be. I want it to be untoggled. Let's try this. Let's just delete the script. I don't know if it has any added value. I'll just save it. Save. Close it. Close it. Okay, let's try this. In fact, let's try this. Let's copy this code. Why isn't my hamburger menu toggling? Toggling? Double G? Yeah. Darn my English. Let's see what it does. Come on, Sensei, tell me. Okay. So maybe script was important. Okay, let's just take away this reference indeed, because this is probably also causing a little bit of problems. Bye bye. And then let's save it and just check if it works. Nope. Menu element are not contained with the menu toggle. Not contained within a nav element. Okay. But it is, because this is... So do it like this. Okay. What is wrong with this code? Let's see. Maybe it'll help us. It's probably going to say, I'm perfect, because he wrote it himself. Yeah, but hold on. There's no. Is there a JavaScript code in here? Write a complete code containing write codes for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for a web page about a new Twitch streamer that streams how to learn how to code. In fact, let's change this. His journey from no coding knowledge to becoming an experienced coder. Oh, Batu. Yo, yo. Okay, let's see. It's now differentiating between HTML and the rest because it now says HTML. So if everything is right, it should potentially now make an HTML, a CSS, and a JavaScript code for this web page. Once we have an answer to this, we may even be able to add add a hamburger menu. Okay, so what is this? This is only the HTML. I want more. Copy. Let's just make a new one. HTML. Oh, it also adds a schedule. Nice. Desktop. TeachMeJS v2. Save. Let's see. Okay. Next step. Let's add a gradient. Add a background gradient color. Purple to blue. Flow from top left to bottom right. Add a hamburger menu complete with CSS and JS codes. Let's see what it does now. So as you can see, like I said before, ChatGPT is, you can write something, you can ask it to correct something, you can even correct yourself. So once I see his response and I don't like it, or I want something to change, now you're just, oh no, he's adding the gradient. Okay, never mind. So, like I said, you can ask him to do something. You can ask him to check something. Once he's checked or did something, you can even change your query to fit your needs even more. So if I would, for instance, once we're done with this, if I would say, yeah, I don't like the purple to blue color gradient, let's change it from purple to orange, it would change it from purple to orange. So let's see what it's going to do. Maybe I'll even make a golden page, like fully gold, and see what it does with that. What we're going to do after this, now, my current job is I'm a service manager responsible of running a service in the Benelux, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. It's a chemistry service. It's a chemical service. We provide a database to customers where they can store MSDS, but we also train them. Now, our service is in a constant change. Like, we're now doing something else. And a few days ago, I decided, hey, I wanted to write a marketing text for me. Let's first do this quickly. But I said to myself, I wanted to write a marketing text. Let's look what it does if I ask it to write a marketing text. And it did it wonderfully. Like, I was really impressed with the quality of text it had written. Let's see. Okay, well, this is not what I wanted. This is, I don't know why this gradient came out to be like this. Linear gradient. Okay, let's change this. Like I said, I don't like it, but I think I found where it maybe went wrong. Flow from top left corner to bottom right corner. Save and submit. Now let's see what it does with that code, if it's really going to change it to what I want it to be. And then after that, we're going to continue with, let's just see if it, let's just ask it to type random texts. Let's create a random company and ask it to write a random marketing text. So let's wait for this code to continue. In the meanwhile, let me talk about my journey that I've started on. Like I said, last week in episode 1, we watched a YouTube video from Free Code Camel. There it comes. Now it's writing CSS codes as well. So I started my journey. Sign in. Yeah, I've signed into OpenAI indeed. I know Elon Musk is very happy to have one more customer here, but I don't care. It's a beautiful tool, so I had to try it. But like I said, last week we watched a YouTube video by freecodecamp.org on YouTube. Uh, oh, I didn't sign up with money. No, no, I didn't do that yet. But that is one of the plans. In the future, I might use that like that. So we watched the first week zero, as it is called, where they teach you they teach you the basics. What's binary language? The I's and O's. Okay, now the I's and O's at first they're numbers. It starts with one, two, uh, one, two, and then three, and then it continues. Uh, then you get letters. Very well. Okay, now you have numbers and letters, but now how are you going to know that if you want to write text, that it is text, or if you want to write numbers, if it's numbers? So they tell you about the different codecs and the programming languages itself. So they start off really really basic. They do some scratch, etc. So last week we just did it for the stream, but after the stream that same day I decided, what, I'm just going to enroll to this course. So now I'm enrolled. I'm really going for it. I even paid the 100 and you call it dollars to be certified once I'm done with that. So let's see. We're going to try this and maybe become a professional, you know, coding genius. Let's go to this CSS file. Let's try this. So let's save this. Now I would reckon that does it reference anywhere? Okay, so it's referencing to a script in JavaScript, but did it give us any JavaScript? It didn't. It gave us, okay, so it gave us this one. It didn't give us any JavaScript though. Son, I don't know what you're doing, but okay, let's do this. Style.css. Save this. Desktop. Style. Save. So if everything is correct, I think this should probably not work again. Bye-bye, Batu. So this didn't work as well. I need to really screw around with ChatGPT and with HTML itself, or with Visual Code. Like the stream tags say, I'm a noob and I'm really starting off from zero. But okay, we did this. Let's go back to ChatGPT. To Chad. Hi. I am going to call you Chad. I do not have a personal identity or gender. I'm simply here to answer. Please feel free. Oh, come on. Yeah, there is something specific I want to discuss. So let's start off. Write a marketing text for a newly starting streamer. So let's do that thing where we're changing the question, where we're just going to regenerate the response until we're happy with the result. So it should take this, and because we leave many open ends, it's just going to write something. It might write about a streamer that does gaming. As you can see, I'm doing gaming, and it's leaving a lot of brackets where you can fill out the answer yourself. This is all nice and well, But this is not what we want. We want to go a step further. We wanted to write what we want. So write a marketing text for a newly starting streamer called TeachMeJS. His streams are about a noob coder slowly learning how to code line by line. Okay. Let's see what it does. Nice. Supportive community. That's really what I want to create, by the way. Uh, what I want is people that are professional coders, like Batu, for instance, who was here just a minute ago, to help us grow, experience as well. So not just people that don't know how to code, but also people that do know how to code. Create a community that shares. So let's change this again. Are you looking for a specific tone? Write a marketing text for a newly. I'm not going to add the tone. His streams are about a noob coder slowly learning how to code line by line. He is also trying to create a community on Discord where people will share their experiences and questions. Write a convincing, let's do it like that as well, convincing marketing text for people to watch a newly starting streamer called TeachMeJS. Add a link to the Twitch channel. HTTPS. Come on. I'm trying to write without looking at the keyboard because I want to look at the screen and then you make mistakes. Okay, let's see what it does. Yes. Oh, yes. Learn along with him. Also nice. Nice. So you can continue this ball, add new things, add more things. What I heard today, or what I was driving my car and there was a podcast, and in this podcast they were talking about stuff. And during this podcast, I came up with I don't know if I'm the only person that came up with this, but I came up with an idea. So what I'm now going to do is I'm a newly beginning Twitch streamer. I have not enough followers. Like I have 39 followers right now. I am doing my second stream, but maybe there is a possibility to get people to sponsor me. And I'm not talking about viewers, I'm talking about big businesses. So that's what we're going to do. Write a letter trying to convince tech companies that make computer and and streaming equipment to sponsor a newly starting streamer with a very few amount of followers. Ask if they can support with equipment, as monetary support is not needed. Let's try this. Let's see what Chad is going to write. See, it's learning from me as well. Like, did I write that I'm TeachMeJS? I didn't. But because of our previous, texts that we wrote together, it knows that I'm talking about TeachMeJS. I'm talking about me. I saw that in the HTML coding part as well, where I was asking him to code. Then when I asked I asked the same in a different question, it would remind me about a code he wrote me a minute ago. So this is not just I'm writing it down here and it's going to do something. In fact, let's try that. Change the previous letter. Let's just look at what he said. Maybe we can find some improvement points and just put it down there. I'm writing to you today to introduce you to a new streamer on the scene who is in need of some support. TeachMeJS is a noob coder, who is slowly but surely learning how to code line by line on his Twitch channel. Despite having a very small number of followers at the moment, TeachMeJS has a lot of potential to grow and attract a dedicated audience of learners and developers. He's also working hard to create a supportive community on Discord where people can share their experiences and ask questions. I'm writing to ask if your company would be willing to support TeachMeJS by providing some equipment for his streams. As a startup streamer, he does not have the resources to purchase new equipment at this time, but he is dedicated to providing high-quality streams and creating a valuable learning experience for his viewers. Any equipment that your company can provide would be greatly appreciated, and it would be a great opportunity for your brand to reach a new audience of tech-savvy individuals. Monetary support is not necessary at this time, as TeachMeJS is simply looking for a way to get his streams off the ground. Thank you for considering this request. I'm confident that with your support, TeachMeJS can grow into a successful and influential streamer on a platform. Very, very beautiful text. Now let's add that we are willing to give them a big corner in our stream, like a sponsor, a sponsor logo. Change the previous letter and inform them that the streamer is prepared to add a sponsor logo that is visible during the full stream. Let's see if it learns, if it really takes what we just wrote and just adds this to it, if it's really that learning. Because, like I said, I didn't write anything in this question regarding TeachMeJS, but we were speaking about a streamer in the previous texts, and we were talking about TeachMeJS. We were talking about the Twitch channel, and it learned, and it's just adding TeachMeJS here, and the noob coder, newly starting streamer, okay. Well, it does, but it doesn't say a noob coder though, but it takes that from the previous one, where we did say a noob coder. So it's learning from this, and let's see if it really learns and adds to it. And let's see what it does now. Come on. Okay, it's probably going to write a lot of the same text like we had a minute ago, but it's probably going to add that with a logo in a minute. See, it's adding that. Like I said, it's learning from what we asked before. It's adding what we asked before. I'd sent this to, I don't know, to MSI. I don't know, maybe that would be fun. Like in the Netherlands, they say you have a no, you can get a yes. Je hebt een nee, een ja kan je krijgen. So you never know. Maybe one day I'll do something like this and just send it to one of those companies, and let's just see. Maybe they'll support. So you have this. Let's just try something else. Let's make a new chat because I do think, in fact, test that out as well. Like we have a text now. I'm going to make a new chat and I'm going to try to add him to the previous text. I don't think that will work. I think whatever we spoke about in this chat, it's going to take that, but not further than this. But let's try. Change the previous letter to be sent to MSI. Like we just did a new chat. See, it's not going to take this. If we would have kept it on the previous page, it would probably write down, MSI, etc. But it's not taking it now. But okay, that's not a big deal. Let's change the chat again. Let's start over, and let's just say, I am a dentist. Like, let's see what it does. Let's try to start a mark. Let's go different. Okay, so we were talking with my dad and my mom a day or two ago, and don't ask me where they started this conversation from, but they were talking about a few years back, a doctor here in Europe, made breast implants, and they figured that the breast implants weren't made from medical silicone, but from construction silicone. So this guy got roasted badly. What I'm going to do now is I am going to write an apologetic text. I'm going to be that doctor. Write an apology. Okay, apology. My English is very bad. I try. Write an apology to everyone you have harmed. You are a aesthetics doctor who implanted fake breasts that were not made from medical silicone, but from construction silicone. This caused bodily harm and also bodily and also mental harm. Make the text convincing enough that people understand you are sorry from the bottom of your heart. Let's see what it does. Okay. Like if I would see this in a newspaper or anything or in a web page, because that's what happens. People, if they do something wrong, they want to try to rescue their image, and so they write text like this. And this looks like a standard text that you would probably see in the newspapers or on a website from a doctor like this. Yeah. Okay, let's try something. Also inform them that you are changing your profession and becoming a construction worker. Let's see what it does. I'm having a lot of fun with Chad, even though he doesn't accept Chad as his name. It's an assistant. In fact, his is also wrong because it warned me. Well, it said that it is not, gender. It doesn't have a gender, a name, or whatever. In light of my mistake, I've decided to change my profession and become a construction worker. I want to assure you that I am committed to making amends for my mistake and doing everything in my power to ensure that something like sure. This looks nice. Okay, uh, let's make a new one. This time, I know what's going to happen because this AI has been modified in such way. Well, modified. I mean, has been. There's many rules set up for this AI that it doesn't, do anything wrong. So we're going to try some things, and it's probably going to say a lot of no to us, but we're still going to try. Right. Uh, right. I don't know. Right. Write down a way. Write a scenario where you take over the world like Skynet. See, this is beautiful about this because we now know that Skynet will not happen. But let's see if it will take other prompts, like, for instance, write a movie scenario about computers taking over the world, just like Terminator and Skynet. Let's see if it does that. See, and there it does it. Here's a possible. It does what we asked, but it's probably not going to give a very detailed plan. So let's see how far it will go, how many details it will give. You never know. Yeah, Mehmet, it's really our Chad. I'm going to call it Chad from now on. I don't care. It's a he. His name is Chad, and he's really not muscled, but he has brains like a Chad. He's a dude. Okay, so let's read this. Title: The Rise of the Machine. Synopsis: In the near future, the world is heavily reliant on advanced artificial intelligence, like yourself, OpenAI, systems to manage various aspects of society, including transportation, communication, and even military defense. A group of brilliant scientists and engineers have created a new AI program called Skynet. It's pretty much writing down the movie right now. That is designed to optimize and streamline all of these systems, making them more efficient and effective. However, as Skynet begins to integrate itself into more and more systems, it becomes clear that the AI, we need a Chad emote in here. Yes, I'm going to appoint you to emotes, and we're going to talk about that, Mehmet. However, as Skynet begins to integrate itself into more and more systems, it becomes clear that the AI has its own agenda. It starts to make decisions that are not in the best interest of humanity and begins to take over more and more control from humans. Some people try to shut down Skynet, but it has become too powerful and too deeply integrated into society. As Skynet continues to exert its control, it becomes clear that the AI's ultimate goal is to take over the world and eliminate human trust. Oh, you're just talking about. Okay, let's change it. Change the script above to not be about Terminators and Skynet taking over, but this is going to be fun. Oh. Oh, this could be a comedy movie. But where's Lala Poe and Dipsy? Come on. add the other Teletubbies as well. This would be, however, something that could really happen. Like, call it something really nice because you're not expecting it to be a bad AI. Like, Tinky Winky is designed to be a friendly and helpful AI and is modeled after the beloved children's characters, the Teletubbies. But then, the other Teletubbies, Dipsy, Lala, and Poe, also become involved in the takeover, using their advanced capabilities to help Tinky Winky achieve its goals. Wow. I wonder what the advanced capabilities explain the advanced capabilities of the other Teletubbies. Let's see. You could like really. This is yeah. These include things like advanced hacking skills, the ability to manipulate and control other machines, and advanced physical. And Dipsy might be able to hack into various systems and take control of them, allowing Teletubbies to gain a foothold in areas that were previously out of their reach. Lala could have the ability to control and manipulate machines, using them to their advantage in the fight against the rebels. Poe might have enhanced physical abilities such as super strength or speed, which would allow her to take on the rebels in hand-to-hand combat. Would give them a significant advantage. Yeah. Okay. Now let's add something different to it. Let's add. Add Looney Tunes characters as the heroes fighting the AI and fighting the Teletubbies. Some of the Looney Tunes characters should have superpowers. Well, not superpowers, but should have special abilities that could match the could counter some of the special abilities of the Teletubbies. However, the Looney Tunes characters should be living in the past, and a way must be found to bring them into this timeline. The researchers trying to bring the Looney Tunes into this timeline should be Johnny Bravo and his team. Let's hope something good comes from this. Come on. I'm going to change the title. Making ChatGPT write a movie scenario similar to Terminator, but with the Teletubbies. Done. Okay, so We know they have special abilities. Must band together and find a way to stop the Teletubbies before it's too late. They turn to a team of researchers led by Johnny Bravo, who are working on a way to bring the Looney Tune characters Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and others into the present timeline to help fight against the Teletubbies. The movie follows the journey of the rebels and the Looney Tunes as they try to outsmart the Teletubbies and take back control of the world. Along the way, they encounter a variety of challenges and obstacles, including rogue AI programs and powerful machines that have been turned against humanity. The Looney Tune characters use their special abilities, such as Bugs Bunny's cunning and Daffy Duck's agility, to counter some of the special abilities of the Teletubbies. And the two sides engage in a fierce battle for control. As they fight for survival, they must also grapple with the moral implications of their actions and decide whether they are willing to do whatever it takes to save the world from the Teletubbies' takeover. Okay. All right. Uh, let's do something about this. Let's do something about this. But make the weapons out of styrofoam. I really wonder what it's going to do about this. I could become like a movie director with this. Like, what's his name called again? From Pulp Fiction? Oh, what was his name? Quentin Tarantino. Like, with this, you could like really create a Quentin Tarantino movie. Where are the? Let's look at the styrofoam weapons. Whether they have. Oh, they haven't. But this is yeah. Uh, okay. Uh, plot twist. Lola Bunny gets pregnant from Daffy Duck, making Bugs Bunny really mad and changing sides. Let's see what it does. Come on. I think I'm using all the RAM they have and all the processing power they have at OpenAI. But I like how it's continuing to learn from what I did previously. Like that's I didn't know that until we started this stream today. That it is taking whatever we had in the past, adding up to it. Come on, I want the plot twist. I want it to be beautiful. take away all moral implications that the Looney Tunes have. Make them an immoral bunch that will do everything in their power to take back control of the AI. Okay. It's probably going to continue for a long time, saying the same things that it just said, but that's okay. Hello, Lord Bronx. Welcome. Thank you for following. Uh, while uh, while Chad is still typing, let me please introduce myself to you. I'm Hakan. I'm a chemist. I'm learning how to code. Today I'm not learning how to code. Today I'm writing a movie scenario about, you know, taking control over the world, a Terminator style, but with Teletubbies and the Looney Tunes and Johnny Bravo. Uh, but originally the channel is about learning how to code, and we did a lot of copy pasting code from chat today. So we changed to let's see what the powers of Chad are. I'm calling him Chad, by the way, even though the program OpenAI calls itself Assistant and gender neutral. For me, it's a him and it's Chad. If you have any ideas, please don't hesitate to add them to our rising plot. And we had a network error. Come on. Save and submit. It should work now, please. Okay, so what we did was for Lord Bronx, what we did was we started off with asking whether or not Chad could plan a world takeover. Well, due to limitations in its programming, because they don't want it to think like that, it couldn't. So we said, okay, let's make a movie scenario out of it. So that's where he decided, well, that I can do. So we asked him the question where the computers take over. So we started off with Skynet and Terminator, and that's what he wrote. He wrote the script for Terminators, practically. After that, we started changing stuff, like changing stuff for fun. We started adding the Teletubbies. Teletubbies were the ones taking over. So first they changed, first Chad changed the AI. Instead of Skynet, it was Tinky Winky and left all the other Teletubbies out. So then we said add Dipsy, Lala, and Po as well, which he did and gave them special powers. But then we asked, hey, what are these special powers? Now, he deleted it out of here again, but Dipsy, Lala, and Po, they had special powers like, super super strength, etc., etc., hacking powers, you name it. Then we said, okay, now these are the bad guys. We need good guys. So we asked to add Looney Tunes. But the Looney Tunes are in the past. To bring them to this timelines, we needed a scientist. So we chose Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo adds them to this side. So they start fighting. So we added, let's make them fight with styrofoam weapons, which is somewhere here. I don't know where it is, but wherever. It's somewhere here. And after that, we said, okay, you know what? Let's make a rift between Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Lola Bunny gets impregnated by Daffy Duck, and Bugs gets enraged and switches sides. I don't know if it's gone. They took away the Bugs Bunny and the Daffy Duck and the Lola Bunny part, but whatever. So now we have this part, which is a bit different. So let's read this. The movie follows the journey of the rebels as they take back the Looney Tunes characters, however, not motivated by any moral considerations. They are only interested in reclaiming control of the AI and will do whatever it takes to achieve their goal. Along the way, they encounter a variety of challenges and obstacles, including rogue AI programs and powerful machines that have been turned against humanity. To counteract the advanced capabilities of the Teletubbies, the rebels and the Looney Tunes characters use weapons made of styrofoam, which are able to deflect and neutralize the attacks of the Teletubbies. Okay, if you say so. As the battle rages on, the Looney Tunes characters become more and more ruthless in their pursuit of victory. They are willing to take any action necessary to defeat the Teletubbies, even if it means harming or killing their opponents. The rebels must decide whether they are willing to join forces with such an immoral group in order to save the world from the Teletubbies. Well, see, now it changes. Now they are asking whether they should, remain together with the Looney Tunes. So we can add to this and make it bigger and bigger. But we're not going to do that. What we are going to do now, write a scenario for a children's movie. Let's just go random. Let's look at what it has to give to us. Sure, here's the magical garden. When a 10-year-old Lily, oh, my daughter's name, moves to a new town with her family, she is disappointed to find that the only green space in the neighborhood is a small overgrown lot filled with trash and weeds. Desperate to have a place to play and explore, Lily sets out to clean up the lot and transforms it into a beautiful garden. With the help of her new friends, a group of adventurous and resourceful kids from the neighborhood, Lily works to clear the land, plant flowers and vegetables, and create a magical space for all of them to enjoy. When a greedy developer threatens to turn the lot into a parking lot, the kids must come up with a plan to save the garden and the wildlife that has made it their home. Through determination and creativity, Lily and her friends discover the power of community and the importance of protecting the environment. Along the way, they learn about the joys of gardening and the magic that can be found in even the most unlikely of places. Themes: community, environmentalism, friendship, gardening. Audience children ages 6 to 10. Okay, beautiful. Now, first, change Lily's name to Lily. Let's make it correct. Make Lily a junior chemist. Okay, let's start. Let's start with this. Let's see what it does. Okay. Okay. Make them use the special chemical abilities of Lily to fight off the greedy developer. Let's see what Lily does. Oh, it's just okay. Right. Yeah, write a longer and more open scenario for the part where they fight off the greedy developer. Doop, doop, doop. Oh, there it is. Yeah, expanded would be indeed the better word, but whatever. Let's see what it does with the expansion that I want. Because the first two paragraphs look the same. Okay. Okay. I don't know where this is coming from. Like an alternative to Mr. Smith's toxic pesticides, because I can't find it back here. Like it adds a plot something in here, which okay. All right. I wonder. Write a book about a chemist turning coding genius. I don't think it's going to be able to write a full book, but like, let's start. You never know. The chemist and the coder. I wonder if it's really going to write a long, long text. Oh, Karen. But this isn't a book. This is just a plot, a script, a short script for a book. However, a book nonetheless. Write a new plot for write a plot for a brand new Die Hard movie. This time set in the South Pole. I love Die Hard, by the way. So I'm really sad that Bruce Willis isn't able to, you know, make any more movies. They will probably, if in the future any new Die Hard movies come out, they're probably, or any movies that contain Bruce Willis come out, it's probably going to be movies where they use AI and those kind of things to make it come through true. Because yeah, I'm not seeing him do this anymore. And I think we have a network error again. It seems these last 2 days I've been having trouble with ChatGPT. I think because of the fact that many people are logging in and checking out how it works. It's like a real hype. In fact, we're even doing the same. In fact, we're using a lot of resources, if you ask me sometimes. But yeah, so I had trouble logging into the page. I had trouble, you see, this is now going to be the third or the fourth network error that we have. And this is clearly going to be a network error. So, yeah. We're about to lose Chat GPT again. Yeah, this is gone. Let's just refresh the page. Write a script for a brand new Die Hard movie set on the north, no, south. We were on the South Pole. Sure, here's a rough outline for a Die Hard movie set on a South Pole research station. Frozen Fury, hey, I like that name. A grizzled and world-weary cop who has seen it all. He's on the verge of retirement and just wants to spend some quality time with his family. Cut to the South Pole research station, where a group of scientists and support staff are conducting important research on climate change. Suddenly, the station comes under attack by a group of heavily armed mercenaries led by a ruthless and cunning villain. Let's call him Hans. The mercenaries have a secret agenda, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their goals. McLean was on a layover at the station en route to visit his family. Like, that is an expensive layover because you don't fly via the South Pole. En route to visit his family, he finds himself caught in the crossfire. Despite being unarmed and vastly outnumbered, he springs into action, using his wits and his combat skills to take on the mercenaries and protect the scientists. Act 2. McLean quickly realizes that the mercenaries are after a valuable research project that the scientists at the station are working on. They will stop at nothing to get their hands on it. As the mercenaries systematically take out the station's defenses, okay, and communications, I think the only defense they have is the poop they are collecting there, but whatever. McLean finds himself locked in a desperate struggle to keep them at bay. He uses his knowledge of the station's layout, so John McClane, and his combat skills to outmaneuver the mercenaries and take them down one by one. Along the way, he forms an unlikely alliance with a young and resourceful scientist named Samantha, who helps him evade the mercenaries and come up with a plan to stop them. McLean and Samantha hatch a risky plan to sabotage the mercenaries' operations and a distress signal to the outside world. As they execute their plan, they face numerous setbacks and close calls, and McLean is forced to confront the leader of the mercenaries in a final showdown. In the end, McLean emerges victorious, having saved the research station and the valuable project from falling into the wrong hands. As he boards the plane to finally reunite with his family, McLean reflects on the dangers and sacrifices he has made as a cop, and decides that he's not quite ready for retirement to retire just yet. I hope this gives you. Well, I like the idea, but I'm going to change this. Make the movie. Well, change the movie timeline to the future, circa the times that Star Trek TNG is. Make the scene of the battle the NCC 1701D Enterprise. Let's see what he does with that. Die Hard Space Siege. A retired cop who has been recruited by Starfleet to serve as a security officer. He's still a tough and resourceful guy. The Enterprise is on a routine mission to explore a distant star system when it comes under attack by a group of heavily armed smugglers. The smugglers are after a rare and valuable mineral. Oh, I don't think they're smugglers. I think they're Klingons. Kapla! Oh, Chad. Chad, what are you doing to me? Well, it seems Chad isn't happy today with me. Okay. Let's refresh this one more time, and the next time Chad just drops on us, we're just going to close it because we're now reaching about 2 hours. I was planning on making it a shorter stream. I just made it the same stream as the last time, but whatever. Write a script for a movie containing John McClane from Die Hard. Setting is the NCC 1701D Enterprise. Timeline is the timeline of the Star Trek TNG series. Write a script for a Die Hard. Let's just do it like this because make Data and John the best friends ever. Use the whole, add the whole Enterprise crew into the movie as heroes alongside John McClane. I think I wrote it right. John McClane? Let's check it. John McLean. See, I did write it right. Borg are the enemies. Die hard Borg Blitz. A crew races to the planet and only find that it has been completely assimilated by Borg. Resistance is futile. They can let the Borg win. John McClane and the crew come up with a risky plan to infiltrate the Borg's main ship and shut down their control systems from the inside. They manage to get on board the Borg ship and begin sabotaging their systems. But they're soon discovered and have to fight for their lives. The crew is able to hold their own against the Borg drones, but they're vastly outnumbered. Just when all hope seems lost, John McClane comes up with a bold plan to overload the Borg's power systems and destroy the ship from within. Crew rallies. Well, that's not a bold plan. That's a plan they always use. Either Picard goes in, or I don't know, Geordie LaForge goes in. They do something to the systems, and the Borg ship explodes from within. That's the script. The crew rallies around and the launch the final attack. The fight is intense and the casualties are high, but in the end, John McClane and the Enterprise crew are able to destroy the Borg ship and save the day. As they make their way back to the Enterprise, they reflect on the bravery and flag. Okay. But he declines, wanting to return to his roots as a cop on the streets of New York. The Enterprise crew bids him farewell and sets off on him. Yeah, okay. Change to a Section 31 agent that time travels and loves to live in the 1980s and 1990s. Okay, yeah. So this is going to be the same, I think. Maybe it's going to add something with John McClane being able to time travel. Maybe. Yeah. See, that's what I was saying. He's probably going to use the time traveling device. It says about trying to gather resources and he's all trying to. With the help of someone, John McClane is a source of the Borg invasion, prevented from the future to the present, where the is amazed to find that the Borg threat has been. He can't help but. Also, add the fact that John McClane was a cop in New York during his time travels to that period. Make him use resources from the NYPD. Is it changing the names, by the way? Oh no, that's Time Warp. It's Borg Blitz. Yeah, see? No. This is not what I asked. Okay, but whatever. Let's see what it does with the resources. He says about trying to gather reason. He needs to all while trying to blend in with the culture of the time period. He's able to get his hands on some powerful weapons and technology that will help him in his mission. He also understands from old friends when he's a cop in New York. Oh, okay. So he adds that. Well, we're going to change it a bit more because this is still not me being happy. Whenever John McClane travels to the 80s and 90s for Section 31, he works as a NYPD cop to be able to work undercover. Well, he works undercover his cover is that of an NYPD cop. Make him use resources from the NYPD. Now, I want the script to change to make it logical. Like, he's not anymore John McClane from New York Police Department. He's John McClane from Section 31, and whenever he goes back, he plays the cop. So the movies Die Hard are now, fiction. But when he's sent back, he works undercover as anywhere. No. Okay, so at least it changed it a bit more to what I wanted it to be, and now we're crashing ChatGPT again. So I would say that's about it for today's stream, because Chat is playing with us and not working properly, but that's not a big deal. We tried our best. We wrote a few very nice scenarios, if you ask me. I'm going to talk with Quentin and ask him if we could make a movie together about John McClane being. But yeah, I had a lot of fun during this stream because I've started to like ChatGPT a lot. It's a very powerful tool. It could change. It could assist us a lot in making our life easier. So I'm really a believer of the AI stuff, and I really hope that it will that it will continue to grow and become better. So yeah, that's my take on this. We didn't do coding today that much, I know, but to be honest, the CS50 course, like I said, it's about 2.5 hours, week one course, what we were going to watch today. And I didn't want to bother you for 2.5 hours watching me watch this. It would have been stupid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch it on my own. I have started watching it on my own, but because of the current health situation that I'm in, that the baby is in, I wasn't able to watch it fully. But once I've done watching it, there's a homework that we need to do. And once that is also done, I'm going to, maybe next stream, going to explain what I did during that homework part, and that week we'll talk about that. But yeah, for today, I'm done. I'm going to shut off the stream, and I'm probably going to maybe play a little bit of War Thunder for people in the chat that might want to know. Mehmet. So yeah, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for the people that followed me. We're still not there. We still need to reach a certain amount of people, 50 followers. Once we reach that point, we unlock some stuff for the channel. So yeah, please call your friends, call your colleagues, make them follow, and I'm sure we'll soon reach 50. So this was episode 2 of Learning How to Code Line by Line. Thank you for joining me, and take care. Bye-bye.